Good morning. It's Tuesday and it's about almost 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So these are the markets at a glance. And right now, everything is staying within its balance area. So there's really not a lot going on here. So in these markets, you need to be vigilant and also you need to be nimble too. So although there's not a lot going on here, and maybe some traders are getting kind of frustrated and even anxious, that tends to draw people in to buy too early or too late. And the result of that is losing money. And some people might even get lucky and make money. But the thing is, you're trying to create some habits here. And if you're creating bad habits, eventually you're going to lose all that money again. So you want to be very consistent in what you're doing. So here we are. Markets aren't doing very much as far as I'm concerned. So let's get into the single charts here. Before that, I do want to mention that we've got a couple things going on. The NASDAQ is going down within its balance area, but the rest of these markets are actually going up, including the Russell. And this is one I always keep my eye on. So that's something to look at as far as getting into the market. So far, I don't see any entry point, at least not for me. People that are trading the NASDAQ, maybe they got in right in here on the short because for a day trade and the market's going down. Same thing with the ES. Get in on a short because it's at the top right here. Nothing for the Russell, and as far as the Dow, it looks like it's sitting right in the middle, so there's no trade there. Okay, here's ES, and like I said earlier, so this is a 30-minute chart, and the ES opened up. It actually came up here, but it's around 4 o'clock this morning, or 2 o'clock, I think. So yeah, 2:30. And it hit this top, and it came down, and then market opened up around here. So still at its top, and it could have been a good position to short this market, and then place your stop right above here. Whether it's a hard stop or it's a mental stop, you would place a stop somewhere in this area up in here. Okay, so this is what's going on with the market. If you didn't enter here, then it would be a good time to actually wait and see what this market's doing. Like I said, the other indexes are actually still going up, like the Russell is doesn't show any signs of going down. I mean, you can see this now, but I would wait for all the indexes to start going down altogether and then trade this market. Dow Jones, Dow Jones is sitting, not much going on with the Dow right here. And then here's the NASDAQ. So like I said before, sometimes one of these indexes will start to lead the way, and that's what you have to be watchful for. And it might seem like that's what the NASDAQ's doing. It's going down, and it's also possibly bringing the ES down too, and also the Russell. So like I said, if you did get in a position here for a day trade, then it looks like you're sitting pretty good. And of course, you only want to go in for a few points. You don't want to get greedy. And, you got to pick your strategy. You got to find out what you want to do. But this is at a top, I believe. And so you have to be careful because these markets can turn around and go back up. But that's why you place your stops in there. So what do we look for? We look for, first of all, we look for trend. Trend is up, but now it's sitting in this balance area. So the balance area seems like it's superseding this trend as far as it might have stopped here because it has hit a very important stop up here. Very big resistance here because you got resistance throughout this whole timeline. And so I see this as a pretty big resistance. So it's possibly a top because we haven't had a big retracement yet. And you know that retracements are a part of how these markets work. So once again, market came up here, hasn't really retraced. So I made these Fibonacci lines right here. It looks like the market should be coming down into this area if it's going to continue going up. Now it has come down to this this first bar, which means it could technically start heading up if it's a very strong uptrend. But then it's fighting this big resistance line here, and it's pretty stretched out. It needs to come down, I believe, at least in my opinion. And like I said, here's a pretty good trade right here going down, or you can wait also when the market starts breaking below this line and you get confirmation with a second bar, and then you can trade this down into this area. So far for me, I'm not doing anything. I'm just basically sitting. I already have my put options in place going down, and now I'm waiting. So I got my alert here in case this market breaks down today. It would be ideal if this market did come down here, and if you did short here, you can actually sell it. And then the market would retrace somewhere around here, come back down here, sit here at the bottom, and then shoot straight down rather than come straight down here. Because if it did come straight down here, it would come back and retrace pretty much at this level. And then you can get in shorting again and then just write this thing down. So different kind of strategies here. You got to pick your strategy. Okay, so how do we play this? One is you get into a position here, you write this thing down, you can get out, or if it's a longer position, you just stay in writing this thing down to, let's say, in this area. Another one is you just get in this position, you get out here, you collect your profits, and you walk away. Another thing is the market can come down here. You can sell, like I said, it comes back, bounces around here, and starts heading back down again, breaks this, and then you can buy back in. So that would be your second entry of the day. So that's one way of playing this. Sometimes you don't know until the market starts to move in that direction, and then you can kind of figure out at that point what you want to do. So remember to always look at the other indexes and make sure and see what they're doing, because this is follow the leader, and markets tend to do that. They tend to follow each other. Not exactly, but there's usually one that's leading the way. And so far, if this market is going down, at least today, looks like Nasdaq's leading the way at least to this point right here. And so if that's true, and if you did get in here, it looks like it's a pretty good trade going down because the Nasdaq's still going down at this very moment. And if you're wrong, you place your stop up here and you can get out if you think that the market is turning around. But you got to remember this very important top right here. So I don't think it has too much more to go if it does go up. Okay, so that's the trade. That's a chart of the day, and this is that's as much as I can tell you right now. We've already gone through this in the last few days, so we already know what's going on here, and we just sit and wait. And patience is it's something that you can that you need to be consistent with, and you need that to be a habit. Because in these markets, you're going to need patience and just sit and wait, just like a tiger that's sitting there waiting for its prey. It's not going to just run out there and scare the prey away. It's going to sit there and it's going to wait for the right moment, and that's what we're doing here. We're waiting for the right moment. Okay, that's it for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll see how our trade turned out for today, if we even enter into a trade. Once again, this looks like a pretty good trade going down. Just be careful with these markets and reversals, so don't get too greedy about this, and watch the Nasdaq and other indexes and see if they are going down. If you see them starting to turn around, go back up altogether, then maybe this isn't such a good trade. Well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe this is a trade where you need to get out of before it starts heading up. So you got to watch these things, okay? Just be careful with that. All right, talk to you guys tomorrow.